Welcome everyone. Welcome to another day of PPBS, B Agile Scrum, and we were talking about DDDM, that was data-driven decision-making framework. We will be continuing with that, but before that, let's quickly uh, get towards revising the guidelines. That's the code of honor that will continue to bring us the direction for us, keep us uh, towards the direction. And for that, I'm going to share my screen. Let me know once my screen is visible to you all. Yeah, I believe that everyone can see my screen now. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for your responses, guys. So very first one that asks you to um, show up live. And because agile is full of ceremonies and you need to be show up live in a way that you be on time, remain punctual, and remain highly committed. In case you don't have this habit and you don't practice, continue to consider the training itself as a project, and appear as per following these traits. Why? Because eventually what will happen that you will become the practitioner of it, and it will be quite easy once you get placed and you need to reflect upon it. So you need to reflect back with this. So and this is also said that how you do anything is how you do everything, and you will become the habituated of this particular trait. And the second one, because you chose to learn, you automatically become the student, but we want you to be the full stack student who does all the assignment, be it self-research, does all the assignment, be said or unsaid, do self-research and repeat what they learn. And if you continue to do so, you complete what you start and you hit the success, and it's quite easy for you to take the full responsibility of that. But what we want, uh, in other way as well, when you take the don't take the full responsibility and you don't do what you are supposed to do, you hit the failure, you need to take the full responsibility of that element as well. So means for success and failure as well. Why? Because when you accept, embrace, and correct, you find that failure was not a failure, it became trail to the success. So please take the full responsibility of that. And to do so, it really require a concrete mindset. The very first one, inspired from the Kaizen, means continuous improvement. That is the part of a lean management system like Agile. This is the another software delivery model as well. And to do so, to inculcate or be towards continuous improvement, you must inculcate the learning mindset. More learning minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more positively. More positive minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more complaint free, in a way that you can handle any stringent timelined project, as well as perform with the lack of resources. And if you could do so, you will find yourself growing more in gratitude. That leads to the highest level of productivity. And the fifth one, while you embrace such mindset, remember to start your day with the highest level of productivity, receptivity. The very first one, that asks you to enroll into 30 days challenge. In case you are interested to enroll into 30 days challenge, what is 30 days challenge and all about? For that, you need to refer to the day one's recording. And in case you think that you need to be the part of it, you must need to DM me, and I'll share the link with you for this 30 days challenge. And you must follow this, and you witness yourself the changes in the outcome positively every single day. The performance or the activities that you do, it get impacted on to that. And the second one, because you are taking a deep dive towards the technical learning, always follow the golden quadrant of learning that comes with the fourth step, that is declaration with the anchor. What is declaration and what is anchor? Why we need to have that? All those details have been given in today once recording. You must remember to refer to that. And once you have done with the first step, that is declaration with the anchor, then go towards the second step, that is deep learning, then and there in the live session. And third and fourth, you need to do it by yourself. Draw after 24 hours on a piece of paper using pen, and that helps you to retain it for longer and summarize it back in a way that 5 years old can understand in a video form that could be up to 3 minutes and not less than 90 seconds. And you will be amazed to see, if you are from non-tech background, how you have improved from novice to expert. Trust me, it has been proven, and that's the reason every single time I ask you to do so. And I'm very much happy to say that few of you are doing as well. So kudos to you guys who are taking this small effort and showcasing that. So let's get started with the first and second. We'll do it here. The very first step, that is declaration with the anchor. So what we are going to do, anchor is quite important before declaration, and that is the self hi-fi just now you heard over the speaker. So what I'm going to do is that I will just count 1, 2, 3 and clap. You are going to do so as well. And then I'm going to read out what is selected over the screen, and then you are going to repeat after me. So can you all see the selected statement on the screen? Just unmute and say yes,
Yes.
if you
Yes.
can.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. So let's do it together. So let's count 1, 2, 3 and clap. You two clap and then repeat. I'm a quick learner.
I'm a
Quick
quick
learner.
learner.
What others can learn and master,
What
Others
others
can
can
learn
learn
and
and
master.
master,
I too can do that.
I
I
too
too
can do
can
that.
do that.
One more time with me. 1, 2, 3 and clap and repeat. Because I'm an awesome learner,
Because I'm
Because
an
I'm
awesome
an
learner,
awesome learner,
today's learning is going to be
today's
learning
learning
is
is
going to be
going to be
super duper easy to me.
super
super
duper
easy
easy
to
to
me.
me.
Yes, it is going to be, because you said so. In case a few of you could not do that because you found it a bit awkward to do so, remember to follow the sixth code of honor that says that on the path of learning, keeping ego away makes you more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. What does it mean? It means that spiritually grounded means your happiness level increases, and happiness is today's new productivity, and that's the demand of the corporate. And while you do so, you must remember that you are not here for the learning, you are here for continuous growth. You are here to get placed, and not just get placed, also to make more money out of it with your continued placement. And it is said that what you want more of, you must start giving away the portion of. And in case you are already making money or earning money, make sure that you are giving away 5% of 10% of your earning to the causes wherever you believe in. In case you are not earning, can you have at least an intention of doing so, giving back to the society or the causes wherever you believe in? Once you get placed, that is 5% or 10% of your earning. Why? Because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. You can give away to the causes like feeding hungry children, donating to orphanage or old age home, or when you can think of donating into churches, gurdwara, mosque or temple, wherever you believe in. And while you do so, you continue to appreciate what you do, what others do for you. And even it does not sound that it is really helping you back in improving or in a good way, continue to do so, because ultimately this is the universal law that says that what you appreciate appreciates you back. With this note, remember now that how we are going to meet every single Sunday for the technical session at 10 p.m. EST, Monday for the technical sessions at 10 p.m. EST, Tuesday, you must attend the RRP session, that is the reference ready resume preparation, that enhances your visibility, credibility, as well as marketability. Wednesday, you do the assignment from the learning of Sunday, and Thursday, you must repeat RRP session. Repetition is mandatory for this session, because the whole idea behind this is that it enhances visibility, credibility, and marketability. Till what time you must attend RRP session? Until you get placed. So sometime what happens, you get placed for a project of 3 months, you come back, and you don't start attending RRP session. No, go back again and start attending RRP session. So this is for you in case you have never attended. This is for you if you're listening to the recording another time. And Friday, you do the assignment from the learning of the Monday, and Saturday you can choose to relax or have a breather day or do the research if you want to, or repeat whatever you have learned already, and prepare any question if you want to see the answer on the next technical session, that is on next Sunday. So this is how we are going to remain connected, everyone. Is it clear to everyone that how this is going to function for all of you? Say yes if you all agree with
Yes.
this.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you. Thank you, everyone. So, with this note, let's continue with the topic of where we had left off. And before I begin, I have a question to you all. How many of you have heard the word or the term Pareto principle? Anyone here who has heard?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
No. Okay. Not a problem. Uh, Anyone here who has heard about the 80-20 rule?
No.
No? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Thanks. So, few of you are there. uh, is saying yes. So what is 80-20 rule? So could anyone would like to tell in short what is 80-20 rule? If you know, please.
Uh, say for example, there are, out of 100, 20% people are more richer on the planet Earth, and rest of
Mm-hmm.
the 80% are not in compared to that. Say for
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
example, that is an example of 80-20.
Any another example? And that's the right example. Any another example, Maple, you want to bring?
Um, Nothing comes in my mind apart from
Yeah,
that.
thank you. Thank you so much, Maipal. Well done. Yeah, that's the great example. So what Maipal said, that's absolutely right. First, let me tell you what is 80-20 rule. 80-20 rule is that always you put in your input is when 100%. Say, for example, you plan to put 100% input, and most of the time, you give 80%, and out of that, only 20% is visible output. Okay. And we will be seeing that how 80-20% rule works everywhere. Okay. Uh, so out of 100, if one book is marketed to 100 people, only 80%, only 20% people will be there who will buy those book. Okay. And out of those 20% people, uh, out of that 20%, only people will be there who will read those books. Rest of them, say for example, if out of 100 only 20 people bought the book, then only 4 people will read the book. So this is how applicable everywhere. So it was invented by one person in Italy. His name was Alfredo Pareto. Okay. So I believe in um, late in early age, when means lands in Italy were going more expensive, and uh, going very expensive, and people wanted to uh, buy most of the land. But what Alfredo Pareto found, that in Italy, it's a Wilfredo Pareto, sorry, not Alfredo, Wilfredo Pareto. So in Italy, what was found, 80% people are owning the land inside Italy, and those 80% people are only rich, and 20% were not. Okay, so this was the concept derived from uh, Alfredo Pareto, and that became very famous. And uh, when it was researched, then it was found that it is applicable uh, in every area of your life, and every department of your life. So as I said, that it was discovered as a principle, and Wilfredo Pareto was the economist, and I believe that was done in 19th century or somewhere. Yeah. And so what you will found that most of time it is said that this principle was founded in England, but the reality is that it was the part of Italy. So that was the theory from Wilfredo Pareto. So that you can take a note of it if you want to. And this is applicable in each and every area of your life. Okay. And that's the reason it has become so much popular. Having said so, let's go back towards the DDDM framework. And by now, you know what is DDDM framework. And this framework, do you know that you can apply anywhere of your life in any kind of the problem? In fact, we applied this Alfredo principle in the very first batch to resolve the problem of a candidate who was having some issue with his daily course, okay, at home itself, okay. And this guy was super duper surprised that how this Pareto principle can be applied to my personal problem as well. Yeah, and so what are the framework? You need to just define the problem well, and it is said that the problem well defined is half done, and then analyze the data, what has created the problem, and based on those problematic problem creating data, when you develop the insight, that is sometime aha moment, sometime wow moment, and you need to just test it, those wow factor, and based on those wow factor, you just need to review the result now, how it has produced. You see that. And further, what did happen, that Prerna yesterday told you about that this particular problem. So what happened to this problem, a certain question were asked. Okay, first, what is exactly problem and what you are going to analyze, then why that occurred, and then how it got occurred, and then the result. So let me quickly tell you before we go ahead with this complete detail. Let me bring some let me share the whiteboard for you. Yeah. So what happens when we are talking about online marketing? What comes in your mind? Can someone tell me quickly? What comes in your mind, guys, when you hear of the online marketing? Tell me. Okay. How many of you use Facebook? Anyone? Okay. Let me ask this way. Any one of you have ever stumbled across any advertisement when you are scrolling down your Facebook feed, towards Facebook feed? Yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
That's number one. Number two, sometimes what happens when you do the Google search, uh, whatever the data you do get as a Google search, also do you see that there is some recommended searches as an ad? There is a label attached to those searches. Have you
Yes.
seen that? And those are
Yes.
always in tab.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
there are two type of searches. One that is targeted marketing. And targeted marketing, those ad pops up in your Facebook ad. Second is that depending upon the keyword search, those ads are suggested. That was the example of Google search. So what we are going to do, let's understand the first type of the online marketing, what exactly happened. So first of all, when you decide that you want to launch something, a product or services, and you send across your target audience. So what exactly happens? It creates its reach. What it creates, everyone?
Reach.
Yeah.
Reach.
And whatever the reach is there, out of that, it creates something that is based on the reach. It generates, you know, it generates impression. What it generates, everyone?
Impression.
Yeah.
Impression.
Impression.
Let me type in this way. It generates impression, and based on those impressions, it brings something to which we call it as, it brings certain things to which we may call it as, after impression, it brings engagement. Okay. And based on that, it brings later this thing to which we may call it as reactions. Okay. So no, so my mistake. First, okay, it may not come. So first reaction, and then engagement. Okay, so this is how it works. First reaction, then post that. Okay.
Engagement.
Then engagement, and post engagement you get, because you are targeting, you get your sometime leads, and based on those leads you get sometime your conversion. Okay, so the whole idea to target any online marketing is to sell some product or services. With me so far, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
So what exactly happens? Say, for example, if you are doing a marketing for your product, and you think that it should go for, you planned it for 1,000 people. How many people? 1,000 people. But it will be impressed to 80% of those people. So 80% of those people will be how much?
800.
Okay, 80% of those people will be 800. That's absolutely right. Out of those 800 people, 20% people will only react to it. So how many people it would be? It will be 160 people.
160.
Yeah. And out of those 160 people, 20% will engage out of it. So 32 people will
32.
engage. Yeah. And out of those 32 people, you will have only how many leads? 20% only. So around 6.5 something. Okay. And out of 6.5 something, your conversion will be 20% of that. And that comes around 1 people or so. Okay. So this is how it continues to drop, and drop. Okay. So what happens? Mr. X decides in this way, what they decide? They decide of this. Okay. They come up with the problem. I am falling short of revenue goal. Of course, he will, if he has applied the low budget app. And then what they do, and this works everywhere in every kind of marketing as well. Okay. Then he decide what? So he decided that I'm missing he said that he's missing his monthly lead acquisition goal KPI by 50%. Say, for example, if his budget was 1,000, and in 1,000 it is reaching to, and his product is for 500 only. And say, for example, if he would get a 2 lead, he will recover his product price of 1,000 rupees. So he said that what if I am missing out lead acquisition goal KPI by 50%? So what if I'm missing out of this, I'm missing out 75% of my search impression, the impression you know by now, due to a lack of advertising budget compared to my closed bid competitors. Okay, he also studies other competitors as well. Then what he decides, I'm going to taste the increasing my advertising spend by 50% of the course of a month to see if I can increase my search impression and save. So market is all about testing, and he decides to test it by increasing the budget, okay, by 50%. By how much percent, everyone?
50%.
50%. And by putting more extra money for that, he realized that it increased his advertising budget. When he increased his advertising budget, that resulted into 100% increase in search impression share, resulting in his lead acquisition goal KPI being achieved. And he has compared these results against his return on advertising spend, that is also abbreviated as ROAS, that is return on advertising spend, and also on return on investment, that is ROI, figures for last 30 days compared to the previous one. And he can see improvement here as well. So what he does, so someone came here and he might have taught him that why it may happen, and then he might have insisted him. Now he has to improve his advertising budget. He agrees to that, and then he had results straight away. Any questions so far, guys? Yes, no?
No.
No one? Okay, so this is how is the process to reach towards any conclusion. As I said earlier, we had given the result in the live session by applying DDDM method. That was the framework, data-driven decision making framework. You just try it anytime and retest any to attract any solution, and you will be amazed to see how it is working. With this note, because we had touched the topic, let's move over there. And that the topic was of business analytics. I was talking about earlier, we were talking about the various tools. And in those various tools, one was Excel we were talking about. So when business analysts, those are aware of, more ways to do the analysis that leads somewhere to the analytics. So I want someone to read this bullet point for me. Yeah, go ahead, guys. Anyone?
Business analytics with Excel. The focus of business analytics is data and reporting, analyzing past business performance and predicting future business performance. The focus of business analysis is functions and processes, identifying business needs and recommending solution.
Okay, great. So yes, the whole idea behind this analytics is that you need to be aware of the data and reporting, and how you would generate, of course, by analysis, how you can bring the analysis, and what kind of analysis. So the whole idea behind any analysis is that to improve the business performance. When we are talking about business performance, then it means that generating the more business growth, more sales, or more profit margin. So do you all agree that when we bring such kind of the result, plus plus employees efficiency, plus customer retention, these all we will together cater to the business performance when we have positive outcome towards these all elements just now what I said? Do you think this will cater towards the business performance or business growth? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, yes. Because everything is towards the cash, leading towards the cash generation more. So the focus of business analysis is function and processes. So few function and formula you would require to learn. Where you would require to learn? You would require to learn in Excel, of course. So a quick tip I'm going to give you when it comes to Excel. What you need to do is that how will you practice all those things? In fact, what you can expect with this when it comes to business analytics using Excel, this is the outcome you are supposed to have, that you will have the right ability to have such formula remembering, that you are well aware of minimum concatenate formula or length formula, count a formula, days, network days, holidays, sum ifs, average, VLOOKUP, find and search. So you are well aware of these formula that can be learned into Excel. So these are the few of the formula. There are tons of such formulas. Okay, then you can have such pivot table. You can create such pivot table, and out of those pivot table you can generate some you can generate some graph based on that. So that is pivot table and graph. So I'm going to tell you that how you can achieve such such efficiency. The thing is that what you need to do is that I want to go ahead and open Excel, because you are going to work in the Excel itself, right? With me, everyone? Yes. And I'm here typing
Yes.
Excel to open. So Excel will be opening shortly. What do you see here? Excel is opening. The moment you are on the screen, you see here, welcome to Excel. Can you all see here?
Yes.
The very
Yes.
first option in the
Yes.
new, create a new welcome to Excel. Click on that. The moment I clicked on that, I have been taken to the overlay where it is asking me to take a tour with the new creation, and I need to click on the create button. The moment I click on the create button, now it has opened altogether new file with the multiple sheets. I want all of you to do this after this session, or do it as a homework, where you need to go through every single tab. There are not more than 10 tabs into it. Okay, useful 10 tabs. Okay, so what exactly I want you to do is that go to the first tab. Okay, there are 5 examples. How many examples? 5 examples. 1, 2, 3, 4. And where is the 5th one? Let me see. Okay, so there are more than five examples in this list. So what I want you to do, I want you to read the first few example, do those activity what it is asking to do in the yellow shells. Okay, do that, move further, do that for the second one, then do that for the third one, then do that for the next one, if at all it is there. Then it asks you to move to the next step. The next step brings you to the next tab, that is the fill. Do the fill, learn about the fill, how you can drag or bring the what fillers. So how you can create the fillers in the blank cell based on the previous data. Then it asks you to learn the split, certain format or pattern, how it can be splitted into the 2 different data. It asks you to do so. Then comes transpose. Transpose is what are the different ways to copy and paste. If you have copied in horizontal way, how you can paste it into the vertical. If you have you have copied the vertical items, how you can paste it into the horizontal way. So these are using transpose, it can be done. Then comes sort and filter, how you can apply the filters to the headers of a table and sort it out. Okay, depending upon the alphabets or item code or something like that. Then comes to table, how you can create a table out of a simple data. Then how can you generate the drop downs based on data validation. Then how you can further go ahead and analyze some data very, very quickly, and you can generate different types of result. Okay, and make them chart ready. So such data you can do, and towards the end you literally create the chart out of some recommended data. And those chart, even though you have created, you would learn that how you can pivot them or simply summarize them under the pivot table, how to create any pivot table that can be done. So how you can learn these all things, these are very easy to learn. These are the self-explanatory. Excel itself can tell you. Only you need to do that. Open Excel, do the new welcome to the tour, and then you will have these 10 sheets. Can you all do that, everyone? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. So do that practice, and it will be really fun feeling while you do so. Okay. Because it has some ready-made data as well, so it will support you to do such activities. With this note, let's move further. And what I can do is that, considering this, yeah. Considering this, what I can do is that, let me see if I can, with some data, I can give you quickly idea that how you can create pivot table that will be more useful to you. So let me see if I can do that. If I have certain data, I would do so. Okay, let me see if I can bring some data. Hmm. Say, for example, I have data, quick data. I'm going to show you. Let's understand the easiest method. You see, there are tons of data. It has got multiple rows and multiple columns. Yeah. Yes. No.
Yes.
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 Yeah. So what generally happens? It, all the tables boundary is visible where it is ending. Right. Sometime it may happen, you may not see where things are ending. Okay. You may not see where things are ending, but here everywhere it is visible. But imagine if you are in such situation where you find that things are not visible and you need to insert the pivot table. Always remember to do this. Select the first row, first cell, first column. Okay. So in this case, I am choosing A1. What I am choosing, everyone?
A1.
A1. So what it will do, when I have chosen A1, excuse me, everyone. Yeah, I have chosen A1. I need to click on insert, and here it will ask for the pivot table or recommended pivot table. Say, for example, I have chosen pivot table. Okay. Now, the moment I chose and pivot table overlay appears, it selects the entire table from top to bottom, left to right. Can you all see that dotted lines surrounding the entire table? Can you all see that?
Yes.
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 Yeah. Now I would choose where I need to put this pivot table. So I need to put it into the existing worksheet. Where exactly in the existing worksheet? So I will click on this arrow and move my cursor somewhere and place there. And then I come back here. I will unfold it and then click on OK. The moment I click on the button OK, I will see one one skeleton placeholder over here where the pivot table to create the summary is there, and the list of all the rows over here. Okay, starting from row ID till the profit. Can you all see that on the right hand side? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So now what exactly is my intention? I will check and will bring the similar result in this placeholder. So it says that what were the total sales under the each category of the item. So whatever the outcome I want, I will pull this into the rightmost bottom section. So I want total sales. I will look for the total sales. Okay, here I find sales. I'll fetch it here in the values. Now I have the sales. Now it is asking what were the total sales under each category of items. So what I want next, category. So category will come into the rows then. Okay, on left hand side. I put it here. Now you see everything has been created just identically like this: furniture and office supplies and technology. Yes.
Yeah.
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 So this is how simply you can do that. So this is one of the example to do so. And based on that, you can go ahead and insert some uh, graph as well. Say, for example, I'll choose to do it here. I have a simple graphical presentation. Yeah, so this is how you are going to play. Yes. More you can learn through the Excel welcome tool. you can do that. All right, everyone, can I proceed further? Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and few formula, of course, you can learn it from here, from the help. And yeah, so there is one more uh, tool is there that I'm going to type in here. That is W3 Schools, w3schools.com. If you want to enhance your SQL learning as well as Excel learning, that you can search into the w3schools.com. You can self-train yourself. With this note now, next move to the next topic, that is towards stakeholder management. Okay. So I want someone to read this first paragraph for me, please.
Who is a stakeholder? A stakeholder has a vested interest in a company and can either affect or can be affected by a business operations and performance. Stakeholders are those who directly impacted by the project and those who may be indirectly affected. Example of the directly impacted stakeholders are the project team members or a customer who the project is being done for. Typical stakeholders are investors, sponsors, employees, customers, suppliers, communities, governments, and trade associations.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. Just give me a moment, guys. Just. So by now, you know that who all are the stakeholders, okay? And we have been speaking about this topic. We have spoken about this topic earlier as well about the stakeholders. So in a nutshell, you saw just now, everyone who has got investors, sponsor, employees, customers, suppliers, communities, government, and trade association. These all are the stakeholders, okay? Who have interest into the stakes of the work. Say, for example, if software company has they have come to you for software development, but this entire all those people who have decided to contribute in any way, they become the stakeholder. So now the thing is that how to manage them. So there is a complete system which is called as stakeholder management, where you need to identify them, and with them, whatever the needs of the document is there, you are going to document that, analyze their interest and influence, mark it into those document, and what are their expectation, that also you are going to mark it into the document. Based on those expectation, you are going to take the action, or you are assigned the task, or you will expect some output from there, and then review it and then repeat, starting from sometimes some stakeholders work is done and you don't need them anymore. So with this note comes this 8 principle. I want someone to read these 8 principle for me. Go ahead, unmute and please read for me.
The 8 principles of stakeholder management. These principles highlight action words that illustrate the spirit that should be used in engaging with stakeholders. Acknowledge, monitor, listen, communicate, adopt, recognize, work, avoid.
Yeah. So these are you can say principles when it comes to manage those stakeholders. So of course, you will be the whole idea behind this is that what you see here in the center, the 4th element, that is the foundation of this entire stakeholder management. So you need to communicate, and all those 8 elements are the part of communication with these 8 using these 8 principles with the stakeholders. And yeah, so communication can happen from any person. Those are part of the stakeholders to you, and you need to remember to acknowledge them and then monitor back based on the commitment. Okay, listen back to uh, listen back to prevent some problem or potential problem. Okay, then communicate back, and sometimes you need to be adaptive and you adopt some request and then you recognize and hand over the work, and some things that is causing the delay that you need to avoid. So this is how 8 principle that you need to remember as a stakeholder management. But when it comes to principle comes the skill. So what skill you can have as for stakeholder management? I want someone to read this for me.
Communication, planning, stakeholder expectation management, leadership, negotiation, project management, needs assessment, problem solving.
Yeah, thank you so much for reading this out. So whole idea behind this skills development is that to solve any problem that can be occurred at any time and can be handled through the medium of communication. Based on that, you will realize that you need to have the well in advance plan to fulfill the expectation of every uh, uh, stakeholders, and then you will get the opportunity to showcase your leadership skill. You might have to sometime negotiate with them because they may come up with the demand that is out of expectation, and because you can take the charge of project management out of it, that you need to showcase, continue to analyze and assess and deliver the work. So now, when you are communicating and doing so, then comes some data has to be managed, okay? Because you are communicating, right? So with this communication, let's move to the next slide. So any questions so far, guys?
No.
No question? Okay. So let me hand over the next slide to Prerna if she's there. Prerna, can you take the next slide, please?
Yes, Gaurav, yes. Yeah, give me a second. Yeah. So we have been learning about quite interesting parts, starting with stakeholders, how to manage them, how to understand their interest, and So let's move forward and get to know things in more detail. Okay. So now let us go to information management. Give me a second. Yes. Let's move on to information management. Yeah. Is the screen visible to all? Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there are 5 images. Yeah. Can 5 different people read this out for me, please?
Leadership.
Okay. Next.
Operations.
Mm-hmm.
Processes.
Okay.
Data.
And
Technology.
okay. Okay. So these are the, I would say, 5 important channels from where you get the information overall in any organization. And then the next thing is what do you do with that information? Okay, so you are supposed to manage it. Now you may ask, what is the big deal about it, and why we are having an entire dedicated section or chapter about it? So basically, data or information is like the key in organization. Okay, everything ultimately boils down to data and information. Okay, that means for any decisions, for any new, I would say, initiative, or any for from organization point of view, for any important activity to be carried out, the baseline or the supporting material is always information or data. Okay, let's learn more in detail, but as of now, just understand leadership. That means all the senior management, the CEOs, the CTOs, the senior leaders in an organization. From them, from their understanding, from their discussions, from their interactions with the industry and market, you get all the information. Like how we say, Dev sir being the founder and being the whole and soul of Guru Schools, how he goes to other, conferences, or he meets up with other organizations and HRs and leadership among from the overall industry. And then he comes back with all the knowledge and all the information, all the latest update about the job openings or how the market looks like. So that is what we're trying to understand here. So that is leadership. Operations and processes simply means in your organization, whatever operations, whatever departments, whatever sections you have, from their workings, whatever knowledge, whatever understanding you get, that is operations. And for processes, it simply means what are the processes laid down in your organization. It can be regarding how you manage data, manage customer, how you manage things, that way. And next two things are data and technology. Data means what in, like yesterday we gave that information, we understood that example of how we do how the surveys helps any organization to take decisions. So same way, that kind of data. And technology. Technology ultimately means technology from overall industry, market, or even what technology you are implementing in your organization. So these is all are different channels or different, I would say, forms of data management, that in that you have to manage data. We will learn more in detail. As of now, these were just an introductory part wherein you'll understand from where information flows in market, in your organization. Okay. Yeah, Gaurav, we can go to next slide and then we can go in further explanation, please. Okay. Now let us understand what is information management cycle. Okay. Can everybody see the points mentioned on the screen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Can you go ahead one by one and read out for me? And I would really recommend and request different people who have not spoken till now. So people who are on continuous mute, please wake up, unmute yourself and just try to interact in these sessions. So yeah, please one by one.
Plan.
Create, collect, receive.
Authorize, quality assure.
Determine access.
Organize file.
Document, describe.
Store and backup.
Synthesize, analyze.
Share, distribute.
Dispose, active, or destroy.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's go one by one. How do we manage the information? And what is the cycle? Cycle means what are the stages, or what are the, I would say, what are the basically stages is the right word. Cycle means it goes in circular motion. That means how it starts, and in what different levels or stages it goes to, and how it comes back to the initial stage. So starting with plan. See, so now we can actually take the same example of yesterday's, shampoo, I would say, organization. Everybody remembers that, or is there anyone who missed that yesterday? Yes, no, please. we had discussed in
I
detail an
did.
example of
Yeah,
Mm,
remember.
Yes, can you
yes.
please
So,
repeat it?
just let me give you a one-liner about that in case anybody doesn't remember or somebody missed. So basically, an organization who is into selling and manufacturing and selling of shampoos, and they want to capture more market, or they want to attract more customer and increase their revenue or profits. For them, how the information can be managed. So let us take example of that survey only. So as an organization, we plan for the activity, and we got the survey. It can be online survey, offline survey, malls and supermarket, and you carried out that entire activity, and you this that was your plan as a team, and you carried out an activity and you received the data. Okay. By the way, whenever we get all such information, we call it as data, because that is a raw information that is not yet processed. So it's just a raw data. So you got the information, then you create, collect and receive. So basically you plan, and then while gathering or getting that information, it comes in this phase or this level, that you're creating or collecting and receiving information. So create means if you're creating surveys and getting answers, that means you're creating. Collecting and receiving means if you're online surveys, you're getting all the answers from the users, or getting the handouts that sorry, people fill out for you. So all that is getting information. Next is authorize, quality assure. So you know what, it's not that you blindly accept all the information. It's like you check, you assess the information. Okay, because there are some maybe teenagers or kids or some funny people, they might be putting some invalid details, or something that is irrelevant. People do that for fun as well. So we got to discard all that information. We have to focus on the correct data. So that means, authorize and quality assure. So you're checking that, okay, what is the valid information for us, and that you are only considering that. Next is determine access. Okay. So see, earlier when the data was raw data was collected, it was fine. But when we start working on it, processing on it, we need to sure that who can access what. Now, imagine the real life is quite competitive. Practical world is really quite competitive. So you never know who might be, who might be in favor of some other competitors, or or you don't want your too junior or too naive people to get the data, because they would understand it also, and it's not even advisable to give the sensitive data for all. Okay, by the way, these are organizational policies. You will understand them once you be a part of one organization, that whenever there is some sensitive or organization wide information which is not supposed to go out, like, see, sometimes there are some announcements which are publicly done in newspapers or on TV and on internet. That is all fine. Those are public announcements. But there are some announcements which are only for the employees, or which are only for the organizations, for within organization discussions. Okay, there are things like that, town halls and things like that. So that means that information should not go out of your organization or your domain. So for all such so this is a classic example of determining access. That means who should see what. So in our case, the data that we have received from a survey should be only, say for example, should be only accessed by project managers and above. You don't want to give access to very junior people, because first of all, they do not know what to do with it, and then why to give the access when not required. Okay. That is the important part. Then you organize and file. So basically, now you got the access, you know what data is for. So as a manager, as a product owner, as a senior person in your team, you have to organize it. Organize it means simply try to keep it or arrange it in such a manner that you will make sense out of it. Get my point? So organize it, maybe organize as per region, organize data as per age of the customers, organize as per their preferences, organize as per the geographical location, organize as per what gender, any criteria that you feel like or which is important for your understanding of the survey, you can do that. So next point is document and describe. So once you organize the data, you have to document that data that way. So earlier it was just plain information. Now you have categorize it as per gender, as per location, as per whatever, preferences, as per types. So then you document the data accordingly, and then you definitely, now this is my policy, I always have backups of the data because data is very essential. So it can be any important thing, you should always back it up, store it at a secure location or have backups, have them on cloud, and then synthesize and analyze. That means you have to understand. So you kind of segregated the data, categorize the data, have their backup, but now you have to make sense out of it. Like, okay, which data is usable for what? Like, for example, if I give the type of shampoo information, now that information I have to give to the research or manufacturing team. Now they have to understand, okay, the majority of customers are looking for dandruff-free shampoo, or majority of the customers are looking for frizzy, non-frizzy hair, components. So now that can go to the research or marketing team, or even the manufacturing team, wherein they can work on that, or they can at least market the product on that basis, because that is the highest demand of the customers. And next, that is you're sharing this information to this respective teams, respective departments, and then ultimately, depending on your organization policy, you can either dispose, or you can keep it in a secure location, or keep it with authority that no one no unwanted people cannot access it. Get it? So this is basically a cycle. That means any information that comes and goes will have to go through all these stages, all these processes, to make sense out of it, and to ensure that it helps the organization. Okay. Now these are like quite intensive and I would say in detailed step. Anybody had any doubt in any of them? Yes, no, easy to understand? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
And the same.
Prerna, plan
Yeah, go
is
ahead.
like in first place how to collect data, right? The
How to
marketing or
collect
the
data, or how to,
advertisement.
yes. So basically plan is definitely collect data is a part of it, but plan is how we are planning to get the data. What should be our policy? It should be an advertisement, it should be a survey, it should be a handout, it should be what, or we should get some information from an agency who does the survey. So, whichever way we want to get or receive the data, that should be
Right.
our plan.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome. Anybody else? Yeah. I heard one more voice. Or was it the same question? Yes. Yeah. If no, then I understand these are quite, uh, in detailed processes, which which honestly speaking, we kind of do this on daily basis while buying something, while thinking about some investments or thinking about some other activities. But then we do not know that these many steps are involved in that process. So I will give you some time to sink in this in your system, and I will also recommend you to rewatch this video once it is uploaded on YouTube. So what happens while in the session, sometimes we're too engaged in or what the speaker is saying, or what, or maybe this is a night time, you might be little exhausted. But when we rewatch or re-listen to the videos, our complete focus is on the data, and we are completely listening, and we get more out of it, more understanding, or you kind of get clicked about some points which were you not clear earlier. So try to understand from that. Yeah. So if no other doubts, we can go to next slide, please. Yeah, Gaurav. Okay. Now, Information Management Book of Knowledge, that is IMBOK, describes knowledge areas and information management processes in the below structure. Okay. So what is the structure? Can people read it out, please? There are 6 rectangular blue boxes. Yeah.
Information technology,
Information system,
Business process,
Mm-hmm.
business information,
Business
Mm-hmm.
benefit,
business strategy,
Okay. And the arrows also, please.
Project,
Projects, business
bu-
change,
business operations,
performance management.
management.
Absolutely. So, see, these are the, I would say, areas, knowledge areas from where you would get the information. Like, earlier also we studied the processes and, leadership. So these are the areas again from where you get the information. So starting with information technology and information system. So what it says is that information technology and information system is uh, generally majorly the information comes from the projects. Like for example, if you are working in a project, then definitely you are implementing some technology, being an IT project, or you're implementing some change. It can be in the form of creating a website for a university, creating a website for or web applications for a hospital, or from hotels, for reservations and stuff like that. So you're basically working on the information given. So that kind of gives you an exposure about technology and information system, which comes majorly from projects. So once that information is in, you work on the business change. Okay. Business change means I just mentioned that. Okay. Assume that there is a hotel, nice local hotel which is doing quite well for it, for itself, and they want to go global. Now right now their reservations are only on phone or in person. Now they want to have a website wherein customers can directly access and book their rooms or book the hotel for particular days, like we do for normal big hotels. So that is the business change. You see what's the change? And earlier they were only local and in-person booking, or maybe telephonic booking. Now they want to have a global outreach. They want to reach out to people globally, that if they put in their website, anybody and everybody on the earth can look at the images, or their hotel rooms, their surroundings, the facilities, the maybe swimming pool, whatever, the lawn area, the gardens, whatnot they have. Just try to visualize. So that is the business change that they are looking at. Now, for that, what is the business operations? That means they have to first of all get to an organization, assuming it is our organization they come to for the web applications, and they share their details that okay, we have these many suites, we have these many rooms, we have these many facilities, we charge this much. So all the business details that they have, they share with you to ensure that you prepare or you create a proper website or web application where a customer can view, can see, can uh, ensure that all the facilities that they want are there. And next, but no last but not the least, is performance management. That means, and that comes under business strategy. That means, per se, if there are 100 or 200 people simultaneously logging in and accessing the website. Still, your website or web application should be up and running. There should not be like, today imagine how many people at the same time access YouTube or access, Facebook. Still, the load time, the retrieval, the fetching is absolutely fast. There are no delays when it comes to YouTube or especially Facebook or even WhatsApp for that matter. Even though the customer, accessing them, or clients accessing them across the globe is very high. So that is what has to do with the performance. So in this process, we understand what is the business, how the business work, and we also understand what is the business benefit. Benefit means now that hotel was only working on a local level, then now it will work on a global level. Then definitely their reach will increase, their customer base should increase, their visibility will definitely increase. So all these are in a way benefits, and then that benefits they can ultimately build into strategy. Like, they can have online advertisement of their, like when we use applications like Duolingo or even Facebook for that matter, or any particular games, we keep having some advertisement in between, right? Anybody, especially
Yes.
if we are in
Yes.
unpaid, unsubscribed version. Like, I have been using Duolingo without any subscription, or free version. Then we keep getting, some donation drives, exam advertisement, or some just, any website, or maybe Amazon or Nike here in India. So that kind of thing. So that is advertisement. So you can do that. That can be a business strategy, or you can have competitive rates for some work. You can create websites and applications in a very cheaper price, or and with extra features that other competitors do not share. So all these things comes under business strategy. Okay, so this way, the basic information that you have, you can actually play with it, you can make sense out of it, and you can actually use make it use means make it available for you to make benefits out of it, to make profits out. Does all this make sense? Any doubt in this? Yes, no?
No.
Yeah, should we consider silence as yes? Yeah.
Can you please explain information technology and information system a little more in detail?
Okay. So information technology generally has to be dealing with all the technical side of it. When I say technology, that generally means the softwares, the versions, the subscriptions, all the tech side of it, majorly from development point of view. But when it comes to information system, that can be a part of any other, team. Like, for example, your marketing team can also have an information system. Your manufacturing or your research team can also have information system. So all these things are, they are kind of, they do come from other departments also. But information technology, when I say, that is primary with relation to the technical side of any organization. See, it's like, any organization has variety of departments, from HR, from sales and marketing, advertising, any, multiple. But when it comes to yeah, so let us go ahead in detail. Yeah. Okay. So this would, I think, answer your question more in detail. So again, different people reading out this to understand in detail, please go ahead.
Information technology, IT, hardware, and software.
information system, IT built into a system that meet business needs and policies.
Business information created by analyzing and contextualizing data using tools such as the information system.
Business process have to evaluate and use the business information to make decisions.
Business benefit, the desired advantage the business information will provide.
Okay, and the last point.
Business strategy, the master plan that gives a company a direction, ideally decisions made through the business processes, which are based on business information, will guide the strategy and lead to the realization of the business benefits.
Absolutely right. So see, just to support our earlier explanation, technology has to do everything with the hardware and software that we've already learned. We were discussing earlier. System means IT built into a system that needs business and policies. It simply means it's whatever functionality or whatever technology you have, there has to be more business and policies with respect to different department, not only to IT. So if you have a software in a marketing department that serves a different purpose, that gives a different information, that has different policies. If there is a software working in that is used in per se HR, that those will have different policies, those will have different authoritative things or access privileges. Like your HR can look at everybody's payroll. It's not you and me can look at each other's payroll, right? So same way, these are the way how information systems is implemented. I hope this answers your question that you've asked earlier. Business information, that means the information that have been created and analyzed by having some tools. Tools means basically generally Excel is one of the widely used tool, but in some organization might have some MIs, that is some data manipulation or analyzing tools. It's internal to them, they can use that. Next point is, give me a second. And next is business processes, that how to evaluate and use the business information. See, basically, if we have to think from organization point of view, right? Data is everywhere. Everywhere there is information. But then the main point is, or bottom line is, how we make sense out of it. Right? So in this scenario, business processes comes in picture. Like, whatever data or respective or related data we received, we make sense out of it, and we try to work in our business organization or on process level with that. Like I was saying, some data can be used by the advertising team, some data is useful for the technology team or for the development team, like what is the latest trend in the market, what are the competitors working on currently. So all these things are in a way important depending on the relevance. Okay, relevance. Like for example, for us right now, BA and Scrum is important, right? We are learning that. We also have tracks for Java, maybe .NET or Power BI, right? But right now, those systems, that information is not that relevant to you because you have chosen this track. Or maybe your background, your understanding, your earlier experience, your maybe educational qualification is more relevant to this track. You get the difference? Yes, no? When we speak about business processes, how the different processes, because see, the relevance is very important. Thank you for the response. And business benefit means how you are trying to get the desired advantage, or how you are trying to get the desired output from the overall information that you have. Like, we were saying the same information can be used by the HR, and they can make better policies, or some information can be used by marketing team and they can come up with a better marketing approach, or sales team can come up with a better sales pitch, and they can acquire better or more customers and things like that. And last but not the least, business strategy. So this means that it generally gives you a direction and understanding of how to make decisions, and that is based on business processes, and that is based on business information, and ultimately all these information strategy should help you in getting the best of benefits, getting the best of profits, and ultimately should serve you as a best way for your organization to reach its goal. And generally, organizational goals are profit oriented because it's a commercial entity. They are there to make profits. They are not a charitable institute for only welfare. So all this information management that we have learned or tried to understand, we are trying to understand from some time, should result in organizational benefits. Okay, so to be very honest, for your basic understanding, always remember this: whatever happens in an organization, the ultimate goal will always be profit making, right? Make sense? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I really get to hear very less yeses. Yes. So absolutely, thank you for your response. So yes, organizational profit being the ultimate goal, all the actions, all the uh, I would say decisions, all the processes lean on that ground or that side only. Okay. So yes, yeah, Gaurav, we can go to next slide if we don't have any doubts in this. Yes. Okay. So now this itself is a very big topic, but let us at least give you some understanding of it. So this is business analysis model. So basically how you can analyze business information, or how you can analyze your business understanding better using these models. So yeah, can six different people who have not spoken till now read it out for me, please? Yeah.
Activity diagram.
Mind maps.
Mm-hmm.
Product roadmaps.
SWOT analysis.
SWOT analysis.
Fishbone diagrams.
Process flow diagram.
Okay, thank you. So all these diagrams are important from analysis point of view, from understanding business and data point of view, and to ensure that we come to a conclusion in case we are looking for a conclusion. Like, fishbone diagram is one of the diagram which gives you, uh, root cause analysis, like, in case you have any issue, how that can work. Activity diagram basically gives you a better understanding of how the system flows, like how the system goes. Mind maps is an extensive and very useful technique wherein we try to understand and try to expand our understanding about any particular issue or any particular business idea. So these are different levels and different ways to analyze data or analyze business understanding that we can learn. So I just want to check with Gaurav. Gaurav, this is a whole different chapter or a section. So should we start it in from the next side or should we go ahead now? We are almost towards the
Yeah,
end.
we can move to the next slide. So that's not a big one.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Over to you. Yeah. Okay, we also have this. Okay, so yeah. So continuing that, we also have further these models that is visual modeling, workflow diagram, entity relationship diagrams, work breakdown structure, conversion to design, and documents, templates, and understanding. So, guys, we will be extensively deep diving into business analysis models, and trust me, it is very, very interesting. It is not just theoretical and understanding, it is very practical and implementation point of view, very useful. So I'm pretty sure you will really have a lot of fun as well along with the learning in these models. And these are quite, I would say, easy to understand also because they do have a very practical approach, and you'll really have a lot of fun knowing these concepts once we learn that. Yeah, Gaurav. Over to you. Okay, so should we be starting with or should we keep it for the next
No,
session
we
because
can
it will
we can continue this. This is not the bigger one. If you want, I can expand the slide further.
Yeah, okay, fine. So let's start with the activity diagram. Is it visible to all of you in your screen? Guru, can you actually maximize? I'm not able to actually properly see.
Is it fine
Yeah,
now?
yes, yes. So now this is the simplest and easiest example of ATM machine. Yeah. So is there anyone here who has not used ATM machine in their lifetime? Please say no. I mean, that would be really unrealistic. Yeah. Everybody uses ATM machine.
Yes.
Yes. It's
Yes.
a day in, day out process for us. Yeah. So
Yeah.
now that simple activity of using ATM machine and how the different functionality or internal processes happen in that small activity that is depicted in this diagram. Okay. So this is an activity diagram for ATM. So, and by the way, these symbols mentioned here are universal. So, these are the symbols that we will always use in any diagrams. Like, for example, a filled dot or filled circle depicts start, whereas a filled circle along with a additional circular line shows end. Okay. You can see one at the top, you can see one at the end, one at the bottom. So here you see the customer walks into ATM and inserts an ATM card. Okay. What is the next step? Please follow the arrow.
Validate ATM card.
Yes. So, once you put in the ATM card, they ask for, some, in India, as of now, they ask for an additional number just to type in to ensure that I mean, I don't know, you're not a robo or you just to have extra validity. So here in case, they will ask you for your PIN, right? So what happens if your PIN is invalid? Look at the,
Eject card.
eject the card. And next step is take the card and your process ends there. Can you see that two circles? That shows the ending.
Yes.
So
Yes.
basically, and also can you see the diamond shape, with in between valid and invalid mentioned?
Yes.
Yes. So whenever there is this diamond shape, that means there is a decision needs to be made. Decision needs to be made means there are choices, like,
Something like either or.
either it is valid or either it is invalid. Either you're doing it or you're not doing it. So no. So that is why there is a diamond. Okay. So if it is invalid, then you are straightway thrown out of the system and your card is ejected and you move out. What happens when it is valid?
You enter the PIN.
Sorry?
Enter the pin.
Yeah. So basically, if it is valid, then we go to enter pin. Okay, by the way, first section was validating your card. It was not even validating pin. So basically, all the card numbers, or it is a proper card, the chip is fine, all that is checked. If that is fine, then you go to enter pin. Okay. So again in enter pin, you see, give me a second, my screen is, yeah. So when you enter a pin, that goes to authorized pin. And again in authorized pin, can you see there is a diamond below that shows valid pin and invalid pin?
Yes.
Yeah. Also, again, just like the above process, if that's an invalid pin, then you would be again moved to, you will be directly, see that arrow from invalid pin goes totally below before eject card, and then your process ends. Can everybody see this?
Yes.
From eject pin, from invalid pin, sorry, it directly goes towards eject pin, and then you are kind of signed out, or you are thrown out of the system, or you have to end the process. But in case if it's a valid pin, follow the arrows, guys. Okay, it's quite easy. I know you might get puzzled for the first time, but just follow the arrows. So in case it's a valid pin, you can go to enter amount. Okay, in enter amount, there are again two scenarios. The system would also check for balance. If the balance is is greater than or is if you have sufficient balance, then you can remove or take out the money. But if you don't have sufficient balance, again you will be kind of moved towards the end, and you'll be shown balance, and then again you have to eject the card. When they say, for example, if you're removing money more than what you have in your account, then you get that message, insufficient balance, and balance is shown on your screen, and you have to take out your card. It happens, right, sometimes
Yes,
when you're
yes.
not aware about the balance. So in that scenario, again, you're not able to take out the money. But if the balance is sufficient and you are able to take out, then you take money from the machine and your account is debited. Yeah, debit that amount. Can you see on the right side, debit amount is mentioned, and on the left side, you take out the money, you take the amount from the machine. So it is happening parallelly. And when this both the process happens, again you come towards the end, and your balance is shown, and you can take out your card and you can go home with your card, with the money also. So, did you even realize that there was, and by the way, this is also little on a higher level, only from functionality point of view. If we have to learn from technical point of view, there will be so many filters, so many checkpoints, so many security options. I mean, we can actually go a little crazy. So this is a very, I would say, higher version of the activity diagram about what happens when you go to use an ATM and get money. Just a quick question, has anybody ever thought about all this process happening in the background prior to this? Anytime? Did you guys know all these things happens in the background before looking at this diagram? Yes, no, I never thought about it. Yes, no, what?
I never thought about it.
Not in detail.
Not
Not in this detail,
No.
right?
Yeah.
So imagine when we access our bank accounts and when we do transactions and transfer, how many activities might be happening in the background? Yes?
Yeah, it's a lot,
Yes.
maybe.
Yeah, interesting. I know, see, you don't have to go in deep for every activity, but just to understand how this works, right? Just to get an idea about how it works, it's really important. Yeah, makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Gaurav, I think we have overrun by 4 minutes. So thank you
Yeah,
so much for your
sure.
interest and for your responses. Over to you, Gaurav. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mahipal has some question. Yeah, Mahipal, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask about those two dark lines in the diagram.
Okay, so I'll quickly answer you. Those dark lines are parallel activities. So one side debit is happening at bank's end, another side dispensing is happening at ATM's end. So those dark lines generally defines to two parallel activity at same time. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, welcome. So, guys, now this is time for quick attendance, and remember, there are more business models, BA models you are going to learn in coming days, and this is to define a process or depict a process through design. So, this is the simplified model ways to design the processes that you will keep on learning. With this note, let's go ahead to WhatsApp group and just type in what do you feel like from today's learning. And I believe while we are ending, there was no one who is for the first time. You had been attending earlier as well, right? All right. Say, I'll take this silence as right. Okay. Thank you so much, everyone. So remember the like you have learned for activity diagram for cash withdrawal. There will be assignment for you that you design the similar activity diagram for cash deposit. Can you all do that? Unmute and say yes if you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So have you understood the said assignment today?
So is
Said
it going to
assignment.
be cash deposit in bank or cash deposit in ATM?
A cash deposit in ATM.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for asking. Yeah. So, okay, guys. So, we'll talk to you again. And till then, bye bye. Good night. And enjoy your good night sleep. And remember to drop in your one liner so that I can take attendance. What do you feel like saying from today's
Hey,
session?
Gaurav, I
Thank.
have a question.
Yeah, Sonia, go ahead.
Do we have to make it on the Word, Microsoft Word?
You create it either on Word or Excel or Visio diagram or lucidchart.com is one tool that you can use, lucidchart.com,
Okay.
and download it in PDF and share back, or just simple create it on a piece of paper, take a photograph it and submit it into the what do you call, into the group. That is done. Okay, got it, everyone?
Yes.
Any other question? So we can wrap up now. Yeah, thank you so much. Bye bye,
Thank you.
everyone. We'll talk to you
Thank
again. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
night. Bye.
Good
Thank you.